Our current reality is fast approaching the end game on this planet. We need to have a very serious conversation so we are each fully aware of what we are choosing. Right now, we are living in the fog of war. We are having to process so much discordant energy every day that it would be very easy to lose your way. There will come a point, sooner than we think, when there will be no choices left to make. Wherever you are headed right now could determine your journey in this universe for a very long time to come. So I want to invite you to pause and consider some very significant events that are unfolding right now. And I'm not talking about politics or government. I'm talking about something much, much deeper. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean. And for over 25 years, I've worked together with Archangel Michael to help thousands of people navigate the events on this planet so they can stay on a natural path of evolution. So what is this deeper thing that I'm talking about? It has to do with the nature of our reality. Can we even agree on what reality is anymore? I'm not talking about world events and politics. I'm talking about the actual nature of our physical world. It used to be that there was a baseline consensus about physical reality. But that's over now. That consensus is breaking apart. And if we're not extra conscious, careful, and deeply thoughtful, we are going to be taking a nosedive into a much lower timeline. Right now, we are definitely perched at the edge of a cliff. If we continue on these random, unclear paths, at some point, it will be like leaving the airplane without a parachute. There will be no going back. And that could increasingly be the case for very many people. So today I want to talk about the dangers that we face as spiritual beings and how to stay firmly connected to a reality that is untouched by everything going on here. Because that's the only way that we can evolve with leverage. Otherwise, we're just fooling ourselves with a lot of fanciful stories and things that don't make sense. But before I get into that, I want to let you know that my free Awakening Secrets Masterclass is still running, but it will only be open until this Sunday, October 26th. I feel that right now this class is more important than ever. It's about the hidden secrets behind your spiritual awakening. You know, a spiritual awakening can be difficult even during good times. But in the times we're in now, navigating your awakening journey can be exhausting. Every day we wake up to discover some new dysfunctional path that our collective humanity is on. It's an awful lot to process. It's unpredictable, and you have to be exceedingly grounded to maintain your sense of peace and clarity. And it's not easy. You know, I have been through some profound awakenings myself when things were not so crazy like today. And even then, I still went through all the common pitfalls. Trying to integrate a powerful cosmic experience with your everyday life can make you feel like you have to be two different people depending on the situation. And that's never a good feeling. And don't you get tired of hearing that your awakening is mainly for the benefit of the collective? Where do you personally fit in with that narrative? What about your life? You didn't come here to have billions of unconscious people ride on the coattails of your effort. Now, it is true that your high vibration definitely contributes a positive energy to the collective. But there is so much more to this experience. The truth is that your awakening is meant to be a special, empowering gift that is tailored just for you. You are the person that lived the life that led to your awakening. You are the one who learned all the lessons and continues to make the effort to evolve in this universe. So I want to help you align with your awakening in a way that also gives you the full personal benefits of that experience. Because you are the person that your awakening is primarily for. And that's what I can show you in my Awakening Secrets Masterclass. You can sign up for free right now by clicking the link in the description below. So don't delay, go get it now while it's still available. Okay, let's get back to today's video. You all know what a tipping point is, right? There are certain situations on large timelines where the momentum is so great that it eventually erases the reality that once existed. And then there's no going back. That's where we are headed right now. We're headed there if we don't pay much closer attention to our choices and to what we invest our consciousness in. I recently saw something that I will refer to as the canary in the coal mine. The canary in the coal mine refers to an early warning of a bigger danger. See, coal miners used to bring canary birds into coal mines with them, so if they saw the bird begin to succumb to invisible deadly gases, then they knew to leave that mine immediately. The canary in the coal mine that I'm referring to is related to a beautiful, esteemed, intelligent, and deeply spiritual man named Greg Braden. Now, you guys don't have to agree with me on any of this, but hear me out so that you can make an informed decision about how you yourself choose to see reality. I recently watched a video of Greg talking about his belief that we live in a simulated world in a virtual universe. Now, you may know that I have said all along that this is not a simulation, but I'll get to that later. Now, Greg recently expressed a concern that the spiritual community is very vulnerable to AI. But then in this other video, he goes on to say this. He says that the purpose of us being in a simulation is to learn a new way of being in a realm that he calls safe. It's safe because it's not real. This way, according to him, we can learn how we need to be when we go to another place. Guys, this is the old Earth is a school mindset. Greg also says that the simulation is good news when it comes to death because it means the end of what he calls our avatar, meaning our physical body. See, according to him, we're just projecting ourselves into this avatar, so it's all good for us. No harm done when we die. It's just a simulated avatar. Seriously, guys, he said this. And apparently, according to him, when we are outside of the simulation, such as after death, we end up in what he calls a control room somewhere. He says we're in a technological environment. These are quotes, you guys. These are his exact words. Next, he says that the idea of God has taken on a whole new meaning. He says that whoever God is, apparently is the architect of and the primary designer of this simulation. So basically, God is the programmer of this fake reality that we all supposedly live in. He actually says he's looking forward to getting to the other side and meeting the architect of our simulated reality, which I guess means he's looking forward to dying or something. I don't really know how else to interpret that. Now, Greg validates his position by going into ancient texts and finding what he calls evidence that this is true. He claims that archaeology supports his belief. You know, I don't know what this obsession is with our so-called wise ancestors, what makes us think they're so wise? I mean, look at us. We're the product of wherever they were at. And if they were merely seeing what we are still seeing now, what we have still not resolved, why does what they were saying make us right today? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, from here, things really begin to deteriorate in Greg's video. He says that the reason we are in this simulation is because the primary theme on Earth for the last 5,000 years has been war and conflict. He believes that the main reason we are in this so-called simulation is because of war and conflict. See, the fact that we need a simulation is great news because it invites us to think differently about ourselves and what we've been taught. It gives us a chance to figure out this mess called war. And it's great because no one actually gets hurt because it's all fake. Tell that to the soldier on the battlefield who just had his arms and legs blown off. Tell that to his family when he is pronounced dead. You can just smile and cheerfully say, "Hey, no worries, everyone. This is all just one big fat simulation so we can learn stuff." So yay for that. And that husband of yours who is no more, well, he just went to the big computer control room in the sky. So it's all good. Greg Braden also believes that this simulation exists inside a storage device. He says it's only a matter of time before the storage device runs out of energy and the entire thing collapses. Okay, so here's why I call this the canary in the coal mine. Greg Braden is a highly respected, and deservedly so, spiritual leader. He is not some flaky New Age person. He has real credibility and he is extremely intelligent. If he can fall into the simulation trap, then I guess anyone can. And this is what concerns me. We have some very prominent people advocating for this belief, including David Icke, and I'm sure there are many others. So let me explain why I think this belief is dangerous if it becomes widespread in the spiritual community. The simulation theory is a trap. It's a psychological and spiritual prison. When you believe that you are living in a simulation, you instantly disempower yourself. You lose all leverage because you are not connected to anything real. See, a simulation has a programmer. It has a creator outside of itself. Like Greg Braden says, it has an architect who writes the code. And you're just a character in an artificial fake scenario. It's the perfect setup for spiritual passivity and even helplessness. It tells you that your life, your emotions, and even your spiritual growth aren't actually real. This belief subtly numbs your ability to feel the sacredness of life. It detaches you from the living earth, from your heart, and from your connection to Source. It leads to emotional detachment, to a sense that nothing truly matters because it's all just pixels on some invisible screen. It's just some fancy, fake, super realistic metaverse. That's the danger of the simulation theory. It looks intellectual, but it's actually more of a spiritual anesthetic. Someone I know who's a healer said she had 2 clients who believe in simulation theory. She said that once they adopted this theory into their consciousness, their energy completely changed. It became incoherent and ungrounded, and their previous progress just disappeared. See, this does not surprise me one bit. And this is the deeper danger of this theory. If you believe that your entire reality is fake, then it will completely change your energy and your reference points of consciousness. Any reference points that you retain will be superficial and flimsy at best. I mean, how do you take a solid stand on what is essentially like vapor? Simulation theory literally changes the meaning of everything. It basically removes any deep meaning at all. And here's a fun fact for you guys to consider. There's an Italian physicist named Franco Vazza. He says that the idea that we are all living in a simulation of our universe, created by our distant descendants in the real universe, he says that theory is dead. Now, Franco Vazza is an internationally recognized expert on the physics of large-scale structures. He's a researcher in astrophysics simulations, and he says that it is impossible to simulate even a sizable portion of this universe within itself. Franco says that it would take more energy to simulate our universe than there is in our universe itself. And that's due to the nature of physics and how simulations work. Franco says that despite its immense popularity, this belief has rarely been investigated scientifically. He says it's been mostly relegated to social media buzz and internet noise. So there you go, everyone. Just more New Age spiritual propaganda. Now, let's talk about what reality truly is. Reality is not a simulation. The universe is a living intelligence of immense proportions. It is totally beyond our ability to comprehend with our tiny earthly brains. The universe is alive. It's multidimensional, it's dynamic, and it's evolving through every frequency of consciousness that exists, most of which we have no idea about. Your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul are all part of a vast organic system of living, interdependent intelligence, all of which is connected to Source. There's a big difference between a fake, simulated system and the living universe. So what's really going on? And why is this belief spreading so fast? It's spreading because it serves a larger agenda. It's spiritual hijacking. It prepares people to merge their consciousness with technology and to accept an artificial identity as the new normal. If you believe that you are already a fake digital avatar, like Greg Braden says, then uploading your mind to the cloud sounds like a natural next step. See, if you think the universe is code, letting AI upgrade that code feels like progress. But what's really happening is a timeline split between those choosing natural organic evolution and those choosing synthetic fake evolution. The simulation belief is part of the synthetic path. It reprograms human consciousness to fit into the logic of machines. But the natural path, which is the true path of awakening, is about remembering that reality is powerful. It's sacred. It's mind-blowing. It's awe-inspiring. It's about tuning in to the incredible nature of creation itself in a way that opens your heart and inspires you. It's about remembering that everything on this planet is real and that your personal existence has profound meaning. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not an avatar. You are not a data point in some cosmic computer. You are a living expression of God and source consciousness at every level of your being. God does not create fake realities that turn life into some secret, perverse video game with no instructions and no tech support. That's not love, you guys. Reality is frequency, it's vibration, it's life itself. It's the sun, it's the moon, and the stars in motion. The universe is a symphony of life and living beings. It's not a machine, it's alive. See, when you reconnect with nature, when you breathe, when you feel the wind on your face and the love in your heart, or when you appreciate a sunset or a waterfall, when you embrace a loved one or you laugh at the antics of your beloved pet, when you sit back and enjoy the amazing beauty of the seasons in nature, when you take all of that in and just appreciate it and love life, that's the real reality, my friends. This is how you reclaim your sovereignty and stay on a natural path of evolution, by remembering that you are an integral part of a living cosmos. You are not part of some bizarre synthetic dream. So let me ask you this. Do you want to be the living, multidimensional, intelligent being of depth that you truly are? Or do you want your life to be synthetic, flat, and meaningless because everything is fake? Which one makes more sense to you? If you prefer heartfelt evolution and natural intelligence, then give this video a like to state your intention. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below, especially if you've noticed how the simulation belief is affecting people's spirituality. I would love to know your thoughts on that. And be sure to join my free Awakening Secrets Masterclass if you haven't already. The class will only be available for a few more days until Sunday, October 26th, and then it's coming down. So get it now while you can. The link is in the description below. And if you're ready to stay grounded in real cosmic evolution, then be sure to subscribe and join me here as we keep exploring how to stay sovereign and conscious in this crazy world of ours. And with that, I'm sending you so much love, light, and high vibrational energy. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.